I want to have some talk about the pixel remaster of Final Fantasy One at least versus the original difficulty. In some ways, the PlayStation One version is actually harder than the NES even. But the thing is with the original difficulty from the old game is it's very brutal in lots of ways. I think in terms of the old nostalgia, I guess having the Nintendo version is what one wants if one wants the absolute original difficulty. At least the way it was meant to be played. One example is there is this Dark Wizard in PlayStation 1 version, and it kind of spams Fire Free at you, or Firaga as it's known later on in Final Fantasy games. But in the NES, it has more 50% chance of not dying because it kind of used the rub spell or death as it's known in Final Fantasy games in general. But basically, I can kind of understand why Square Enix made the pixel remaster more enjoyable in a sense, where it doesn't hammer you in lots of ways. So I can kind of understand why they just wanted that to be the more definitive version of playing it, because it kind of is um, the best way I can describe the gameplay feeling of a Fantasy One on the NES is you kind of feel like Brave Sir Robin from a Monty Python parody, where most of the times till you at least get the tail that you class level up with. Basically, most of the time you just run away from enemies. So that's basically what the 50% of Final Fantasy 1 is about. You have to fight sometimes to level up, but basically, most of the time you're just running away while having potions, and that's it. So I can kind of understand why you want to actually um, beat enemies and not just run away. So in terms of that gameplay experience, there is definitely that's definitely the old school feeling of playing Final Fantasy One. You most of the time you are just running away, or sometimes you are forced to fight though if there is the better option of not getting killed. But it's basically just get into a fight and run away as most of the time as possible, because you can't heal yourself all the time because of how underpowered you are in the beginning of the game. So it's mostly just run away, run away, run away, and fight sometime, and run away, run away, run away. At least that's 50% of the game. When you get the upgraded classes, then you actually are fighting, and it's kind of more like you're actually engaging in the fight. So it's a little bit I don't know. It's kind of debatable whether it's hard or whether it's just teasing, but it definitely feels like you're running away all the time in a sense in the original difficulty in lots of ways. So it's more you have to depend on when you are to fight rather than fighting just to level up just for fun. Just to kind of fight an enemy and just boost your HP and such. So it feels more engaging when you actually kind of feel like you can fight more often than not at all. I don't know. Um, I think at least I haven't played the NES or Famicom version of Final Fantasy 2, so I don't know how it differs from the PlayStation 1. But I had lots of fun with the PlayStation 1 version of Final Fantasy 2. I think that one kind of did better in terms of gameplay experience rather over the original Final Fantasy 1 game. Because you have a more control over your leveling up system. Uh, in compared to Final Fantasy One, where you kind of, I mean, I guess you can, if you wanted to, I guess you can put on "Live to Win" the grinding anthem music and just hunt for goblins if you want to do that. But I don't think many are gonna do that. If you're that hardcore, you remember that South Park episode with people who have no life, just hunting boars, and just live to win till you die. But yeah, I guess that's the alternative version if you are actually that hardcore. But I think you're gonna be stuck a long while in the basement if you're gonna go with that method. But yeah, that's just my opinion on Final Fantasy One. The original versus the more defined version, or I guess I'm gonna just make a little bit fun and call it the handicap version. But uh, to some degree, you can say that it's the more definitive version and it's more balanced, at least on difficulty level. But the hardcore players, they want the original, so that's the audience in a sense. But yeah, that's just my update information on Final Fantasy One. I guess you can kind of say that this is like a review sequel in a sense to already made sequel. But yeah, thank you for listening to this video, and bye.